Hello, again, it's time for another discipleship today. My name is Pastor Bob Benson. I pastor Christ Lutheran Church in Bemis Point, New York. We've been talking about these general commands of Jesus Christ. We know the Great Commission comes from Matthew 18, verses 19 and 20, and it tells us there that we need to do the things that He has commanded us to do. We're on command number 29, which really is a humility command. It's I'm going to title it Despise Not the Little Ones. Let me read that verse for you out of the English Standard Version. It's Matthew 18, starting in verse 10, and I'm just going to read verse 10. See that you do not despise one of these little ones, for I tell you that in heaven their angels always see the face of the Father who is in heaven. One of these little ones, and there's some dispute about what that really means, whether it means children or babies, but I think it means one of these young ones in Christ. We're not speaking of infants as far as age, but those who might be compared to such in their humility or their modesty. Somebody that's just been won to Christ has a completely different level than someone who's been a follower of His for 40 or 50 years. We don't despise those people that have just come to Christ. They're trying to work out their salvation, and I think that's what we're working out is how do we live out our salvation. It's not how do we get saved, how do we keep saved. I don't think it's any of that. It's how do we live this out. And we've got to, each of us, figure out how God has called us to live out what we're constantly saying is the priority, the single priority in our life, and is to love God and enjoy Him forever. How do we invest in that? How are we working towards that? And do we despise other people that aren't where we are in their walk? I don't ever want to despise somebody because they don't know something that I know. A lot of people in our world today guard information. They think it makes them more valuable, so they don't ever share the information that they've been given. But as disciples of Jesus Christ, we see that that has been given to us, it has been entrusted to us, so that we can pass it on to other people. So we don't despise people who don't know what we know, don't have the convictions that we have. We try and help them along, help develop them. That's what discipleship is about. We help develop them to look more like Christ. And we don't despise anybody who's not the perfect appearance of Jesus Christ yet. We help them walk along. And that's what our discipleship walk is all about. How can we get those people that we walk in life with to look more like Jesus? And that's what I would encourage you to do. How do we impart information, but not just impart information, but get people to live that information in their lives? How is it that we get them to look more like Christ? And in that, how do we look more like Christ as we walk that out? So that would be my encouragement for you this week, is really engage in discipleship and be discipled as you walk that out. So for Discipleship Today, my name is Bob Benson. Thank you for taking the time to watch.